Kuphi nakuphi emakhaya emadolobheni asekomplasta khona lapho ubukela khona SABC 1 Mzansi for sure senamukela bekunene ke ehlelo lethu Yilungelo Lakho leli ke bekunene liviki lesibili ihlelo lekuthi valela etindlini phecelezi i-lockdown period. Sisachubeka ke ne-lockdown bekunene ke siyabona ke tindvuna ematiko lamanyenti tiyachubeka nekucacisa ukuthi kahle kahle isebenta kanjani le-lockdown. Namhla ke sitawubuka ukuthi ingabe etindzaweni tema-sectional titles noma ke kuma-complex umthetho we-lockdown ungagcineka kanjani. Mina ke ngimSimphiwe Ngcongwane kanti ke leli Yilungelo Lakho asingene endzabeni efu namhla. Etindlini tema-sectional titles noma ke ema-complex kunema-swimming pool, kunema-gym, kunetindzawo tabantfwana tekudlala, kunetindzawo ke tekosa nalokunye lokunyenti. Letindzawo ke bekunene ke tivulele ke wonke umuntu lohlala kuleyo complex. Kepha ke kungabe ke ngalesikhathi se-lockdown utsini ke lo mthetho ngaletindzawo. There have been also amendments to these lockdown rules, and the Human Settlements Minister Lindiwe also will join us in today's show to help us understand how these affect her department and us in our homes. Let's now extend a warm welcome to the Honourable Minister Lindiwe via a link from her office. Samgele futhi ke na Ellen Levy yena ke lungummeli. He will explain to us how the lockdown affects sectional people in titled spaces where people share pools, braai areas, and maybe in closer proximity than authorities could ever wish for during this difficult time. Nyalo ke bekunene ke asatse fuba ke sekumukela Ellen Levy yena ke ungummeli. Ellen, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
So much has been said and done with regards to the rules when it comes to residential living or complex living. So what does the law state in relation to how people should keep the lockdown rules?
Good morning, everybody. You've touched on precisely the problem. We have a wonderful set of regulations which the Minister of Cooperative Governance published on 25 March. And reading from Regulation 11B, it's clear that for the period of the lockdown, every person is confined to his or her place of residence. Now that's very clear for a person living in a normal freestanding house. If you live on a normal street, you can't leave your actual house and your garden during the lockdown. But the problem is if you live in a sectional title complex or an estate, the regulations are not clear. What can and what can't you do? So in complexes, which we refer to as community schemes, there's your section, which is your house, and then there's an area called common property. This is an area which all the owners and occupiers in the community scheme share, like, for example, the pool area, the gym, the clubhouse, the kiddies' playground. And the regulations are not clear exactly what people can and can't do with this common property. Are they allowed to go for a stroll there with their toddlers? Are they allowed to walk their pets there? Are they allowed to swim in the community scheme swimming pool? So the regulations are very, very clear for a freestanding house, but they are not clear for communities.
Hi, Alan, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
All right. Yeah, one then wonders how these amenities should be used, especially in a residential complex then. Should these amenities be closed?
That was exactly our predicament. And what our office did was about 10 days ago, it was on about the 25th of March, we sent out a circular to all the community schemes that we do work for. And we again sent out a revised circular the next day on 26 March. And what we did is we took the President's statement of 23 March, we took the regulations of 25 March, and we interpreted them and applied them to community scheme living. So, for example, in a community scheme, the law says that the body corporates, who are the trustees, have to take all reasonable steps to ensure that an occupier does not contravene the law. So the onus and the duty rests on the trustees. They have to make sure that no occupier in the complex contravenes the law. And then our letter went on to tell all these community schemes what we interpret as to what they can and can't do in the complex. So we, for example, advised that all amenities like the clubhouse, the gym, the playground must all be locked. A sign must be placed on them prohibiting access, and the trustees must enforce it. We then went on to tell community scheme occupiers whether their staff, their cleaners, can come and assist them or not. And we went on to talk about deliveries to the complex. Can they receive a delivery? Emergency repairs. What happens if something breaks down, a geyser bursts in their flat? We also spoke about visitors coming in and leaving the complex. And then finally, we addressed owners on what happens if someone in your complex gets COVID-19. How is that, and all the panic that could come around that, to be dealt with. So we sent out these letters to all the community schemes that we deal with on around 25 and 26 March.
Yeah, we'll get to those issues in just a moment, but just a quick one, Ellen. So that means then everybody needs to be confined to their houses. And if not, who will police or who will monitor that people stick by the rules?
Well, that's exactly it. You have a potential problem in community schemes because many community schemes are multiple level. And what does one do if you have dogs and you live on the second, third, or fourth story? Or you have 3 children under the age of 4 years old and you also don't have a ground floor apartment. So it becomes very difficult to say to these occupiers that unless you're leaving your flat for essential goods, i.e. to go to the grocery store or the chemist, or essential services to see a doctor, that you cannot take your dogs out for a walk and you can't take your toddlers for a push in their pram. So it becomes very difficult for community schemes with these owners who have these situations who aren't staying on the ground floor. But still, in the spirit of the President's statement of 23 March and the Minister of Cooperative Government's regulations, we interpreted and said to community scheme occupiers that you cannot leave your actual section, your actual flat. And we said you cannot use the common property. The pool, the garden, the playground must all be locked.
Say a geyser burst, or I encounter an electrical fault in one of my appliances or in my flat, and then I have to call in an expert to come and fix those issues. So, I mean, that is an essential service, isn't it? I mean, having a burst geyser is an essential service, and having an electrical fault is an essential service because I need electricity to do my cooking and other stuff. So would I be allowed to call in an expert to come and fix those issues?
Yes, the regulations are very, very clear. If it's an essential service like a plumber or an electrician, that party may enter the community scheme and they can effect the repair in the particular occupier's flat or in the common property. But really the situation that is going around in many community schemes around the country is occupiers do not know whether they're allowed or not to step out their particular flat or house. There's been a whole lot of social media, Facebook, Instagram, all covering this topic, specifically around the topics of jogging and walking your dog.
Apologies, Ellen. Please hold your thought. We'll certainly continue our conversation after this break. Do you live in a complex? I mean, what are the rules and their adherence during this lockdown period? ngabe ke labo lohlala nabo ke kuleyo complex bayilandzela yini leyo mithetho. Sishayele ke licingo ke ku 011 7146918 noma 011 7146919. Siyatfolakala ke futhi na ku Facebook. Let's take this opportunity to welcome the Minister of Human Settlements, Lindiwe Sisulu, who'll be sharing her insights with regards to the ministry's plans about the enforcement of the lockdown rules. Minister Sisulu, sagumule hleleni sawubona ma.
Siyakubona nawe ninjani?
Siyaphila kunjani minister? Angathi noma ungva kahle minister.
Sikhona.
Okay, siyabonga.
Ngikuzwa kahle inkinga yami ngathi awungizwa wena.
Yeah, no siyakuva minister sekuva kahle kakhulu. Asasizingithe ke na indzaba ye enforcement of ema lockdown rules. Kakhulu ikakhulukati ke emalokishini noma ke kuma townships. Ukuthi ingabe lenzaba leyo minister singayisambulula kanjani?
We're breaking. I can't hear.
Okay minister, okay yathemba ukuthi uyangiva nyalo kuminister. Asasizingithe na indzaba yema lockdown rules emalokishini nasemikhukhwini ke ikakhulukati ukuthi ingabe ke itaw enforcewa kanjani leyo singayisombulula kanjani indzaba leyo?
No phela sicabanga ukuthi sive siyakwadi ukuthi mase siceliwe sicelo umongameli ukuthi bahlale ekhaya, they will do so. Batsheliwe ukuthi lokhu sikwenzela ukuthi siphephise impilo yabo. Sifuna ukuthi bakwazi ukusimamela bahlale emakhaya ngoba lengculazi le iqhubekeka uma abantu bekwazi ukusondelelana bebamba omunye besifika kulomunye. Sizama ukuthi bahlale ekhaya bazawuphepha ngalohlobo.
Manje ke minister na uthi bantu abahlale emakhaya asesithi ke lapha e Deep Sloot umuntu uhlala emkhukhwini 2 meter by 2 meter and bantu bang 5 kuleyo mkhukhu loyo. So we expect ukuthi bahlale kanjani endlini minister langa lonke?
Well, masithi endlini asisho ukuthi mabazivalele phakathi bangahlala njena la ejardini labo mangaba banalo ijaridi. Kodwa lokhu sikwenza ngoba yiyo yodwa indlela esikwazi ukuthi siphephise abantu bethu. Laba basemjondolweni abahlala kumijondolo sisazama ukuthi sikhulumisane nabo ukuthi bavume ukuthi sibafunele indawo la singababeka khona. Sikwazi ukuthi ngesingisi sidensify, sikwazi ukuthi sibabeke endaweni lapho bazawukwazi ukuhlala khona, bakwazi ukuthi babe kule space lesi esikuso mina nawe makukhulunywa nge-social distance, ushuthi singaqhelelani kakhulu. Singasondelani kakhulu sibe nendlela yokuqhelelana ukuthi singaze silithole legciwane.
Ingabe minister siyakuva kona ukuthi uzama ukuthi lama lockdown rules enforceke ngenzaba ukuthi bantu ke bangalitholi ke lelibhubhane ke le COVID-19 noma ke i-coronavirus. Kepha ke lokubhlungu minister ukuthi bantu angeke bakhona ukuhlala etindlini ikakhulu emijondolweni ikakhulu emikhukhwini nasemalokishini ngoba bantu kumele baphile, kumele bazame ukuthola kudla yemndeni wabo. Ingabe ukuthi leyo ndzaba leyo ke nibukisisile?
Siyayibuka lo ndzaba leyo ukuthi sizame kusonzelana nabantu futhi sibasite la kufanele sibasite khona. Kodwa nje lesicela ukuthi bahlale ekhaya. Laba abasemjondolweni yilaba esibhekene nabo khona nyalo. Seke ngathola ithuba lokuthi ngikhulumisane nabantu laba sebenta nabo laba bahlala emjondolweni ukuthi sibonisane ukuthi singabasita njani. Sinemihlaba thina government esithole ngesikhathi sithatha imihlaba redistributor saniketwa imihlaba eminyendana njena siyakwati ukuthi sibathathe sibabeke enzaweni la batakwati ukuqhelelana khona. Kodwa uyabadi ke abantu bakise uma sebehleli bahleli abafuni ukuthi bahlukumete ukuthi mabasuke baye kwenye indzawo. So sikhulumisana ke nabantu labasebenta nabo ukuthi babakhulumise babatshele ukuthi indlela yokuphepha ukuthi baqhelelane. Sitabacela ke bekunene ukuthi basisite ukuthi mase sibatholele lendzawo le batawuhlala kuyo kube ngabo labathi kithi cha siyavuma ukuthi siye kulo ndzawo leyo.
Kule de-densification lokhuluma ngayo ke minister ingabe itawuthatha isikhathi esinganani ngoba nyalo ngiyabona sekusele emalanga lalishumi kuze kuthi le lockdown iphele nalokunye ukuthi bobani lekumele ba de-densifywe noma ke lekumele ke baphume bamisa kulethu ndzawo lethu.
Communicate to them via the microphone.
Okay. I can't hear. Can you not SMS them or something?
Ngiyathemba ungivile minister. Okay, sicela usichazele kabanti ke minister ukuthi ngale ndzaba ye de-densification ukuthi ke itawuthatha isikhathi esinganani. Yeah, ngathi sinenkinga bekunene ke ngekuchumana ke na minister lona ke minister Lindiwe Sisulu ke the Minister of Human Settlements tawuzama ke kulungisa leto ndzaba ke te connection kuze ukuthi aphinze asive kahle ke kepha ke sinaye ke na Island Levy yena ke ungummeli ke utakhuluma ke ndzaba ukuthi imithetho ye lockdown yona ke itawusebenza kanjani ikakhulukati ke kuma township complex noma kuma complex sivile ke usichazele ke Allen ukuthi kuma complex uthola ukuthi kune gym uthola ukuthi kune swimming pool noma kunespaza shop khona la ekhathi kuphumeka umthetho ukuthi ayivalwe yonke leyo misimeto leyo kuze ukuthi bantu bakhone kuhlala etindlini. Alan, let me welcome back into this conversation. I hope you can hear me.
Angels.
Okay.
Hi Alan, I hope you can hear me now. Alan Levy, please confirm if you can hear me.
So why don't you tell him to speak to the other guy?
It's the director.
Ngathi sinenkinga ke ku connecta ku Allen na Minister Lindiwe Sisulu ke we'll try to re-establish connection with them in just a moment. Asasiphinde sithathe lelinye likhefu ke mbukele hlala nathi unganyakati. Welcome back, Mbugele. Are people generally adhering to the rules of the lockdown? What are your observations? Share ke 0117146918 noma ke 0117146919. Siyatfolakala futhi na ku Facebook. Elinini ke ku Skype sina Ellen Levy ungummeli utasichaza kabanti ke ukuthi ingabe imithetho yema residential units noma ke yema complex ukuthi ingabe ithini ngeku enforcewa ke kwale mithetho ye lockdown. Siphinde sibe na Minister of Human Settlements Lindiwe Sisulu. Ubona nathi khona nyalo. Minister, let me welcome you back to this conversation. Before we enter the ad break, bosichazela kabanti ke minister ngenzaba ye de-densification ukuthi litiko lakho beltaw engage ke nabantu abahlala emikhukhwini nasemijondolweni ukuthi batawususwa kuyiswe kule letindzawo leti identify kwe litiko with regards to the de-densification initiative. Na ungasichazela abantu ke minister ukuthi itawuthatha isikhathi esinganani ngoba njoba sathi ke usekusele imalanga lalishumi kuze ukuthi le lockdown iphele.
Uyabona le lockdown lesina esikuyo nyalo sinikwe ngoba sibona ukuthi 21 days itasilungana. Kodwa akusho ukuthi leligciwane litawuphela uma se i21 days sedlulile. So sisebenza kule 21 days ye lockdown ukuthi sizame ukuthi sisitane nabantu ukuthi ingaspread leli ngoba ikakhulu sihlasimuliswa ilento lokuthi mangafika emjondolweni kutabe vele nje ngathi langabi. So sifuna ukuthi sisitane nalabo basemjondolweni sikwati ukubasusa lento lethiwa i-de-densification ngesingisi ukuthi bangasonzelani kakhulu. So kukhona ke lemhlaba esibese ngikhulume ngayo esinikwe nguhulumeni ukuthi sikwadi bakhela khona sibakhele tindlu leti ngathi tingconyana kunaleti bahlala kudo. Uyabona nje nyalo nje njengoba ngibheke ku TV ngiyabona ukuthi abantu bakithi bahlele enkinge nje ngempela. Sizama ke ukuthi laba tawuvuma sitababeka etindzaweni lengathi tingcono lapho batakwati khusekela khona sibafakele ama toilet sibafakele manti. Koje asitimisele ukuthi sifuna kube ngabo labashoko ukuthi mina nabantwana bami nomndeni wami sifuna kule ndzawo lenilingisayo. Asithi ukufika ngamagandaganda sibasuse kule ndawo yabo. Ubati ke bantu bakithi abafuni kusuka kule ndzawo.
Manje ndaba thini ke labo labangafuni kusuka minister?
Angithi sitawucela laba abakwati kusuka, especially laba ngathi sebenabo make labakhulile, laba banabantwana labancane. Uma bebeke abantwana nomake nabazali ekucabangeni kwabo kuyo yonke lento bathi bokuqala ukufuna kusuka. Batazi mase besukile sikwadi ukudila nalabo abakhona, sakhe imigwaqo la emkhukhwini, sikwadi ukuthi sifakele abagandaganda bethu abasprayayo, ngoba kufanele phela sespraye lapha na ukuthi sisuse igciwane, ngoba igciwane likuyo yonke lendzawo lesihlala kuyo. Mase sihlale sihlangene kangaka kuba wesi njengobubona nje. So sitawuqala ngalabo abafuna kusuka. Batawushiya sikhala ke. Lesikhala sisita ukuthi kuvuleke kulendzawo le bahlala kuyo.
Ingabe mhlonishwa le detensification itawuthatha for the duration of the lockdown period or indefinitely, njengoba singathi phela ukuthi leli gciwane litawuthatha isikhathi esinganani so lelikhona la eSkhwahlande?
Sikhokhelwa uMinister we-Health ukuthi i-gestation period yaleli gciwane, angathi ukuthi ngeSwati ngayibita ngithini, kodwa abantu bayaseva singesi. Kodwa kule 21 days sentela ukuthi leli gciwane leli sizame ukuthi silicontain. Kodwa sitawuqhubeka ngalomsebenzi ukuthi sibasuse abantu labathi khanza besengozini njengale densely populated areas. Labafuna ukuhlala la sibabeke khona singajabula, sizabashiya lapho sibanike leto tindlu. Labafuna ukuhlala emjondolweni batawuhlala lapho, kodwa laba sebesukile batabe bevulela sikhala laba abanye laba sebesukile. Ngeke nje sikwadi ukusita abantu kulendzawo lengibhekile nabo abayibheke nyalo nje.
In the meantime, Minister, njengoba labanye ke bakhala ngekuthi lo mlayeto lo njena ke awufiki kubo ngoba bede ema-radio, bede nema-TV, kuthi ingabe ucommunicate kanjani lo mlayeto lo khona lemijondolweni?
Oh, njengoba bengishito nje mangiqala ukuthi bantu bethu abafuni kususwa nguhulumeni. Nyalo ngisebenza nabantu labasebenza nabo, ama-NGOs lasebenza nabo, senge ngakhuluma nabo, siphinde sitawuhlangana namuhla ngive ukuthi bathini. Yibo ke ngibathume ukuthi bahambe bayokhuluma nabahlali basemjondolweni, babuye bangitshele ukuthi bathini ngalendzaba le engiphethe engibacela ukuthi bangithathele yona bangisele kubo. Mangaba bayavuma ngabe ngijabule kakhulu, kodwa siyaqhubeka siyabalungisela kulendzawo sinayo, sitawufaka ama-temporary residence areas, sifake emanti, sifake ema-toilet. Mangaba bayavuma kusuka ngajabula ngoba ngiyafisa ukuthi bahlale bephephile.
Nguva ke Minister ukhuluma ngendzaba yemanti, simvile ke mongameli samuva ke nendvuna yetempilo nabo bonke ke bochwephesha betempilo nabo dokotela bathi ke kumele kumgcoka kakhulu ukuthi bantu bawashe tandla every now and then for a minimum of 20 seconds. Kulawo ke kuleyo mimango ke lede emanti ukuthi ingabe lendzaba lenjena ke indayithini Minister?
Mina kethu sekadze saqala lapho. Mawubukela ku-television nje kugcwele emathanga lesiwasusako siwasa kuleti ndzawo letingenamanti. Ngiyabona nje up to now sesisuse 2000 satisa kuleti ndzawo leti. Lapho sisembili nje ngempela. Asinankinga lapho. Sentela ukuthi njengoba sithi nje indlela yokuphepha uqala ngokuthi ugeze tandla ngensipho for 20 seconds. Sifuna wonke umuntu abe nayo indlela yokuthi lelungelo leli abe nalo, sikwadi ukuthi simcebise akwadi ukwenza lokho simcebisa ngako. So abantu wona cha sesembili mina kethu sikuhlupha ngalokho.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu Minister. Sicela ukuthi uhlale nathi ke sitawuchubeka ke in a moment. Kwanyalo ke let me welcome back Alan Levy. He's a lawyer and he'll be talking us through what should tenants do or property owners in residential complexes should do with regards to enforcing these lockdown rules. Alan, let me just bring you back into the conversation. Welcome back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Then there's the issue of harassment. And having said that, Ellen, do I have to disclose my status, my COVID-19 status, to the fellow property owners in a complex?
That's a very good question. We did deal with that in our letter to community scheme occupiers on 26 March. Basically, the regulation as it now stands differentiates between two types of statuses. One is called a clinical case. That is a person who presents the signs and symptoms of COVID-19. The other is a laboratory confirmed case. That is someone who's been diagnosed through a laboratory testing. That person, whether you've got a clinical case or a laboratory diagnosed case, cannot refuse to consent to a medical examination. So the regulations say that you have to consent to a medical examination. You also have to consent to being admitted to a health establishment, quarantine or isolation. And you have to consent to treatment. If you don't consent to those items, then an enforcement officer, which is either the South African Police or the South African National Defence Force, can place you in forced quarantine for 48 hours, pending them going to court and issuing a warrant forcing you to go for a medical examination. So at the moment, the regulations say you can't refuse a medical examination. You cannot refuse to be put into quarantine. And if you do, an enforcement officer, the police or the army, can force you to quarantine for 48 hours while they apply to court to have you go a medical examination. I haven't yet heard of a case in a community scheme where an occupier has contracted COVID-19. But I would say to all the occupiers out there listening, if you know of someone who has a clinical case showing the signs and the symptoms, or someone who has a laboratory case, meaning they've been tested, and they occupy the complex, I would impress upon you to dial the South African Police to come and deal with that person. Basically, that person in the complex is compelled to submit to medical examination, to quarantine, and to go into treatment. And if that person refuses, then the police can then force that person into quarantine for 48 hours, and they can apply to court for an order forcing that person to undergo medical treatment. So if any occupiers out there have a case in their complex where another occupier fits into one of these categories, I would suggest you contact the police and have the police come out and deal with this person according to the regulation I've just been talking about.
You just spoke of, if you are privy to certain information about a certain property owner having a certain clinical condition, but then how about I disclose, am I compelled to disclose my status to my fellow property owners? What does the law say with regards to voluntary disclosure?
It doesn't. The regulations actually don't deal with that. All they say is that a person with a clinical case or a person with a laboratory confirmed case cannot refuse to consent to. So it says that if you've got one of these cases, you can't refuse to give consent. It doesn't tell you as an individual living in a community scheme or any South African, if you do have a clinical or laboratory case, what you have to do, as far as I'm aware.
All right, Ellen, we'll leave it there for now. Please stay on the line. We'll certainly continue this conversation after the break. Please join us thereafter.
Yilungelo
ngaphambi sikwamukele ke mbukele siyachubeka futhi ke nenkulumo yethu ke namhla ngenzaba ke ye COVID-19 nema lockdown regulations kuma townships kanye ke nema sectional titles. Let's now take our first caller. Siyakumele hleleni sawubona.
Yebo.
Yebo kunjani baba?
Siyaphila usibhedele njani?
Siphilile baba. Khuluma nathi baba.
Okay, ukhuluma noSiboniso wakamhlongo bhodi.
Okay.
Ngifisa ukubuza kuMinister Zulu ukuthi uma ukuthi bethi fanele sihlale sisezindlini. Thina abantu njengabantu thina esiphila ngeinsimbi esiqoqa insimbi esikwazi ukuthi siphile kuze sikwazi usifida ingane. Sizowenza kanjani because uhulumeni akaze zeyibala indaba yabantu abangasebenza abazama ukuyiphilisa njengokucollecta amathini ukuqoqa insimbi.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu ukusishayela. NguMinister Lindiwe Sisulu ke Minister of Human Settlements. Ngiyathemba ke ulivile ke leyo caller leyo minister ukuthi ngabe ungayiphendula uyithini?
Cha ngingathokoza ukuthi uyiphinde ngoba iline ayikho clear.
Well abekhuluma ngekuthi ke labo ke labagweleka insimbi noma ke labagweleka indvo letitsite labahambe bathengisa ukuthi ngabe bona ke how are they accommodated ngoba phela bafuna indlela yokuziphilisa nabo.
Oh sibhekile konke lokho njengoba wathi nje on a regular basis sinitshele ukuthi nanke ama regulations sithi masikhanza ukuthi awasebenti bese siphinze siyabuya sithi cha sesiwa relaxile lawo ma regulations noma sesiwaqinisile labo abaphila ngokuthengisa nokwabo sibhekile. Last week nje uMinister Zuma ebe la kini entshela ukuthi abantu labathengisa ema-tuck shop sebengabuyela bathengisa ema-tuck shop so nalabo bahamba estradeni bethengisa ngiyabona nakwabo kubukiwe sidaphinde sibuye sisho ukuthi batawuphila njani.
Ingabe ke minister ngenzaba yeku relaxa ke lama lockdown regulations yini ke litiko longathanza ukuthi usicommunicatele kona ukuthi sive sonke singakwadi.
Siyasihlangana njengoba wathi nje kune council lapha icabinet ayisahlali sehlala icouncil. Le council lena kuhlala lama ministers labhekene nalengcilazi very directly. Lapho ngidawufike ngisho ukuthi kule talk show besinayo ukho abantu bakhala ngokuthi bona bahamba bethengisa abasenayo indlela yokuthi philisa. Next week Tuesday ke sidabe sesibuyile sesilungisile lento sisho ukuthi sidabalungisela njani ngoba njengoba wathi nje ukuthi lockdown phela lockdown sihamba sifunza sibone ukuthi kuphi lokusebentako kuphi lokungasebenzi la lokho enisinika kona nyalo stafike sikubeke ke eku council sisho ukuthi na inkinga sibone ukuthi sitana njani nabo.
And then litiko le human settlements lona ke litawu ngenela kanjani inzaba ke yalabo labahlala kuma complex na kuma residential estates.
Labo baphansi kwemaboard labhekene nama estates kukhona iboard yethu lekuthiwa EAB Estate Agency Board ngabo lababhekene nokuthi manje njengoba sisine lockdown kulama estate ngaba siphila njani uma banenkinga bazayiletha kimi lonkinga ngiyithathe lonkinga leyo ngiyoyibeka ku council abakezi kimi ngenkinga ngizwa nje manje manikhuluma ukuthi kukhona umthetho obakhaverishayo ngiyajabula mangabe ukhona kodwa angahlangani nabo thina sidila nokuthi uma sihlangane nenkinga siyisolve njani.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu ke Ndvuna. Sicela ukuthi uhlale kunye nasi ke sitawuchubeka nenkulumo yethu. Ellen, let me bring you back onto this conversation. I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, I can.
All right. Now, with regards to the movement within, gated communities, what does the law stipulate with regards to movement? I mean, visiting neighbors within the gated communities.
All the regulations say is that one is confined to their place of residence. And in blocks of flats and gated communities, we've interpreted place of residence to be your actual flat or your actual house. So if I'm living in flat A, I cannot leave my place of residence and I cannot go and visit my neighbor in flat B, nor can I go to the complex pool or to the complex playground, because by doing that, I would be leaving my place of residence. So no visiting other occupiers in a community scheme.
You know, I think more emphasis should be made on the movements within those communities, especially those complexes or residential estates which have got perhaps a tuck shop or shops that sells food, which is actually an essential service.
Yes, we have had a case like that. We had a caller to us a few days ago, and he operates a shop of sorts in a community scheme. And we do know that in the regulations, one is allowed to go and purchase essential goods. So potentially, if there is a shop in a community scheme, occupiers would be permitted to go to that shop and get essential goods. If I could just touch on our office addressed a letter on the 31st of March. We sent it off to the President's office, and we also sent it to the Minister's office. And in the letter, we pointed out that community schemes are in desperate need of proper regulation regarding steps necessary to prevent the escalation of the virus. We mentioned to the President and to the Minister that in community schemes, there's shared facilities and common property, such as swimming pools, playgrounds, clubhouses, and gyms. We also said there's laundromats and community scheme wash lines, communal gardens, parks, in some cases golf courses, driveways, parkings, and refuse areas. And we informed the President and the Minister that some community schemes around the country are taking one approach, that is to be highly overzealous and extra careful with the regulations. They've been referred to as acting in a draconian manner. So they've prohibited the majority of the use of the shared facilities. For example, the communal wash line is not allowed to be used. And now an occupier has to, for example, dry his clothing indoors. Other complexes have taken the opposite approach. They are being apathetic and unconcerned. And what they're doing is they're almost allowing full usage of the community, of the shared facility and common property. So we said to the President and the Minister, both these approaches are having negative effects on occupiers in community schemes. And we urged the Minister, please, to draft additional regulations telling occupiers in community schemes which parts of the shared facilities and the common property they can use, if need be, at what times, and which parts they can't use. Because occupiers can't go on living in a situation where they're completely shut off and they can't take their dogs or their toddlers for a walk in the garden. And one cannot have a situation either where complexes are allowing occupiers to do everything in the community, in the common property, which can lead to the spread of the COVID-19 virus. So community schemes actually need their own set of regulations telling occupiers what they can and can't do, especially if the lockdown is going to continue for weeks or months to come. In community schemes, occupiers are living on top of each other. They're often reliant upon the garden to have a walk, to do some exercise on the community wash lines. You can't have a situation where they can't use that, but you also can't have a situation where all the occupiers are using it, coming into contact with each other, the area is not being disinfected. So, as I said when I started, the minister's regulations, that's the Minister of Cooperative Governments, Minister Dlamini Zuma, was very clear in regards to a freestanding house, a house that stands on a normal street. But the regulations are not clear enough for community schemes. And just to remind the listeners out there that community schemes make up the majority of property ownership in South Africa. There are millions and millions of occupiers who live in community schemes, sectional title complexes, homeowners associations, estates, retirement villages, share block complexes. So all these occupiers in these millions of homes around South Africa need guidance from the President and the Minister. And in fact, they need their own regulations, which will tell them how, when, and through what mechanisms they can use the swimming pool, the garden, the laundromat, the communal wash lines, etc., etc.
All right, Ellen, thank you so much for raising that point. The Minister is definitely listening to you and will engage her with regards to that point in just a moment. But for now, let's take our next caller, Sina Bennett. Ulapha-ke eThembisa. Sakumudla ehleleni sawubona.
Kunjani?
Siyaphila kunjani baba?
Ngicela ukubuza ukuthi ngoba uma uMinista uthi bazokhishwa abanye abantu abahlale ngokuhlangahlangana bobe kwendaweni esethu manje leyiphaza zabo sibali zizovumeleka laphana.
Okay.
Bakwazi ukuthenga.
Okay. Good question, Bennett. Sitawukhuluma ke naye Minister emva kwaleli khefu. Siyabonga kakhulu ukusishayela. Nyalo ke bekunene sithatha ikhefu lefu lekugcina siyabuya khona nyalo. Nyalo-ke siyayicucumbela indzaba yethu namhla bekunene ngendzaba yema-lockdown regulations emiphakathini lehlukahlukene emikhukhwini nakuma-residential estates. Minister, let me welcome you back and bring you back onto this conversation. Ngiyathemba-ke uyivile-ke ikhola besina Bernard ulapha-ke eThembisa abebuta ngale ndzaba-ke ukuthi njengoba litiko libhizi nge-dedensification noma-ke ekususa abantu emijondolweni ibamikise enzaweni letsite kuze ukuthi kukhona ukuthi sikhebe lesifo se-COVID-19. Ingabe ispaza shops ukhaleke ngezindzaba ispaza shops ukuthi nangabe unespaza shops umuntu then sitawuthi wani so spaza utawuhamba naso kuleyo ndzawo lapho litiko libabeka khona noma utawende kanti lapho?
Njengoba bengishito ke mina kethu ukuthi kukhona abantu lengisebenzisana nabo labathi ukukhuluma nabo mangaba kukhona labafuna kukusho kukhona imihlangano lebitwako ukuthi sibonisane ukuthi laba labatawuhamba bahamba bodwana yini noma mhlambe bahamba nema tuck shop abo ngoba phela thina asisebenzi nje phela ngetindlu sisebenta ngayo yonke lento lehambelana nokuphila kwabantu ngendlela lelungile. Nyalo mangaba spaza shop sisevisa leyo community leyo ngiyabona ukuthi nayo sitayifakela indzawo khona lapho. Kodwa asituqala ngespaza shop sifuna abantu baphephe kuqala asuse labe khona sibabeke lapha mhlambe ke mase sifika ku second phase sitawubese ke sifaka lokho espaza shop nokunye ke lokukhona le bantu labakudingako.
Okay. Siphinze sibe na Ellen Levy ke Minister ungummeli and he's a property expert. Ukhale ngeke ukuthi utawucela ukuthi litiko selike libuke imithetho letawungamela le lockdown kuma complexes na kuma residential complex. Kuthi ingabe yona ke litiko liyalibuka iniloko ngoba wende nje iexample ukuthi khona lama ima body corporate noma ke ema committee la ngamela ke ema complex lathi ke no washing lines no laundry khona lapha bantu abahlale etindlini kuthi ingabe lokho ke ndakubuka iniloko Minister.
I'd like to thank Ellen Levy for bringing this to our attention, and the reason why I so readily agreed to come to this is to find out how our people are responding to the restrictions that we're putting on them. The matter that he has raised with me, I will look at together with my legal team. And if it has any merit, we will certainly make sure that we change the regulations or relax the regulations to allow the people that are under lockdown to have as much of a normal life as possible, because we're not restricting them because we are punishing them. We're restricting them because we want to make sure that they are secure, and we want to make sure that they are protected from the virus that has beset our country. But to the extent that the issue of washing lines and all of those matters is part of their daily lives, is something that we will look at, and we will make sure that we have a meeting with our body corporates and see how we can make arrangements for these to continue. People with young children obviously would want to make sure that their children's clothes are washed, especially napkins, if they still use those kind of napkins, or whatever clothes that children need. And therefore, it is an essential part of their life, and it makes sense to me.
Honorable Minister Lindiwe Sisulu, the Minister of Human Settlements, siyabonga kakhulu ukuhlanganyela nathi. We appreciate your thoughts and your insights. Much appreciated.
Siyabonga
kakhulu, Minister. And Ellen Levy, as we close the show, what are your final words and about what people need to know?
I would encourage occupiers to get familiar as much as they can with the regulations, and to remember that they're living in a community scheme, and at the front of their minds must be respect and accommodating their needs of their fellow occupiers. So everyone should try and get on with each other and be accommodating to everyone around them. We have established a WhatsApp hotline, which if you contact our officers, or behind me on the screen, you can see that number. So if anyone does need assistance during these times, you're welcome also to contact us, and we can assist wherever we can.
Ellen Levy, property expert, thank you so much for joining us. Much appreciated. Let me thank my guests, the Minister Lindiwe Sisulu and Ellen Levy, for being with us today. Sithembe ukuthi ke ucaciselekile embutweni lobo unayo mayelana ke ne-lockdown. Khumbula ke mbukela ukuthi kuyo yonke info lo yendako hlala uphephile. From me, Simphiwe Ngcono, and the rest of the team, nisale kahle.